Hello, welcome back to Sacred Vapes. Channel names bring you the views and experiences of products in the market today, brought to you by an average vapor. Now, welcome to the new video. It's going to be something I'm going to try and do quarterly throughout the year, and it's something that it really piqued my interest, mainly because it's something that I do anyway as a reviewer. So I thought this might be something that would interest you guys. It's basically a coming soon video. All products that are coming out to market, they may be close, they may be a couple months away, but the things that piqued my interest, so I just wanted to go through. We can talk about them, and yeah, if you're interested in something like this, it's something I'd love to keep bringing to you guys. So we'll split it into 4 sections, and we'll start with tanks. Now, the first tank I've noticed that's coming out soon is going to be the Advocate Dark Mesh Tank. It's actually something that I've got on order now. It's on its way over from China. So I'm really excited to bring that to you in the future. It's a standard looking sub-ohm tank, a far cry from the Owl tank that I brought here a few months ago. So I'm hoping there's going to be big things. It's standard mesh coils. It's got a little bit of hype coming out for it. So yeah, the Advocate Dark Mesh Tank, go and have a look. It might actually be one of the best tanks coming out, but we'll find that out in the future. Next one I've seen mentioned, there's not really anything out for it at the minute. It's from a company called ORVR. Now, from what I can tell, because I'm not a rebuildable vapor, they're a company that makes mesh coils for rebuildable devices. They may be involved in rebuildable tanks and whatever. I say I'm not going to claim to be an expert, but they're apparently bringing out a stock coil tank for it, which may well be an interesting product. I mean, something like the Hell Beast, that was born in a similar fashion. A rebuildable company moving into a stock coil tank, and the end result was absolutely incredible. So yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be a few months away, that one. It might be even a month or 2 before you even get any news on it, but yeah, ORVR mesh tank, that's definitely going to be one to watch out for the future. Next one's going to be, a fairly new one that's coming out soon. It's the Voopoo Matte Tank. Now, I'm actually going to be able to bring a review of that to you guys next week. I know it's meant to be launching, I'm guessing, June. I'm assuming June. I think everything else the Voopoo releasing is June at the minute. But yeah, it's a completely different style of tank to the U-Force T2. It's one of them tanks that it comes with a chamber inside that's meant to stop dry hitting. As I say, I've had a little bit of a hands-on with it. I won't talk about it now, I'll save to the review. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting design, and it's very different to most things that are on the market today. And the final one I want to mention is this. I'm actually using it now. It's the Smok TF tank, and it's the new standard stock coil tank from Smok. And I think it's going to be the tank that they're going to run with in terms of similar to the Prince, and stock it, like put it in every single mod kit that you'll buy. So yeah, I say I've only been using this today, so I can't really offer you any thoughts yet. But yeah, this is technically out now. I think the Morph kit is only just arrived, so yeah, you can get your hands on one now. And as I say, a few weeks' time, I'll have a full review for you on that. So we'll move on to the mods now, and some of the interesting mods that I've come across. First one's this new Snow Wolf. Don't know if you've seen anything about it, but it's the Snow Wolf Feng XU. I think the proper name is. And it looks like it's going to be a very similar mod to something like the Feng. From what I've seen on the pictures, it does look identical. I think what they've done is that they've removed the protruding wolf on the back, maybe done in a flat design. They probably altered the design a little bit. So yeah, really interesting looking mod. I think if they can improve on the M thing, in terms of the internals, it could be even bigger than the original. But we'll soon see when it comes out. The next one is going to be, it's going back to Voopoo. It's the Alpha Zip, and again, it's another one of them products that I think's not launched until next month. It's a new kit, but from what I can tell by it, it looks very similar to a drag. I mean, the design of it might be different, but the size of it, it's a standard box mod. It's powered by the Gene chip. That could be a real alternative to the drag if you wanted something, again, based on the pictures I've seen, something metallic. So I know that's shipping with the new Mac tank as well when it does release. So well worth keeping an eye out on that, because potentially you could have a real option there if you don't like the drag design, certainly if you don't like the resin design. Right, the next one is going to be the Jackaroo. Now this, as I say, I think this is slowly rolling out. Certainly from where I've seen it, it's really highly priced at the minute, up to like £75. But it's from Vandy Vape, and it's a collaboration, as far as I know, with the Vape and Bogan. Absolute legend that he is. And it's more or less like an Aegis style mod. It's meant to be indestructible, but coming from Vandy Vape, it's really interesting to see that, especially for the fact that it's coming. I think there's a mouth-to-lung tank version, and there's a sub-ohm tank version as well on the market. So, yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what Vandy Vape do with a stock coil, especially if they are planning on moving into more stock coils products compared to the rebuildables that we know them for. So, even as a single battery device, the Jackaroo could well be a really good Aegis killer, if you want to say that. But again, it's very hard to get hold of at the minute, and if you do, it's very expensive. So hopefully one day I'll be able to bring that to you guys. Now the other mod I will mention is going to be the Smok Morph, and again, it's similar to the TF tank. It's a mod that seems to be really interesting from Smok, because apparently it's a keyboard controlled touchscreen device, which seems to sound similar to something like the Species that released back in September. But yeah, it's, from what I can see, they're trying to push that touch control out a lot more. It's something I'm hoping to bring to you guys in the future. I am really contemplating picking one up for the channel, but yeah, it's something I'm going to bring one day, because if they can use that chipset that they're using in the Smok tanks, the Smok mods that released last year, and if they've fine-tuned it, the Morph with the resin back design, because everything has to have a resin design on it, that could be a really interesting kit to pick up, especially if this TF tank actually performs well. But yeah, they're just a few mods that I've seen coming out. Now we'll move on to the pods now. And there's only really 3 that I want to mention to you guys. First one's going to be the Drag Nano. You've probably seen it advertised. Voopoo would have advertised it everywhere. And it's essentially a gene chip powered pod device. I'm not too sure how that's going to work, if I'm being honest, but the reason why I wanted to mention it is because going back to the Rota that I brought to you back in January, that was a fantastic pod device, but the fidget spinner design probably put a lot of people off. So going into a Drag Nano, and making the whole uniform drag family, if they can put that quality in something like a pod kit twice and not have it spin round the second time, then yeah, that may well be a really interesting idea, and something that potentially could be a massive pod device. Certainly, if it's as good as the Rota, it'll absolutely be fantastic. Next one I'm going to mention, something I'm hoping to bring to you guys in the future. Partly, I can't get it yet, but it's the new pod system from Usonic. Now, that name may sound familiar, it may not. Certainly if you watch these videos, you'll know I've reviewed them before. And they're the makers of the Rhythm Kit, the coilless vaping system. Well, they're bringing out a pod system. I think it's one of them things they've announced like 2 months ago, and it's still not out. So, hopefully it's going to be out over the summer. But if they're going to bring their innovation into a pod system, the problems that you had with the Rhythm was mainly because they were putting 40 watts and it just wasn't working. So if they've shrunk the idea down and they're bringing a coilless pod out that can do that, but at a much higher rate of vibrations on them plates, then that could be a really interesting design, and it could be what puts Sonic finally on the market. But that's, again, we've got to wait and see to see what the end result is. And the last one I want to talk about for the pods, now this is a really bizarre one, and probably most people haven't heard of this. I only seen this mentioned. I've looked it up, there's little snippets here and there, there's nothing on the website. It's the Horizon Tech Magico. Yeah, you've never heard of it either. It's a new pod system by Horizon Tech. Now, it looks like it's going to be a tank that comes with 2 coils, one with 1.8 ohm for nicotine salt, and one that's going to be 0.8, I think I've read, which is going to be for sub-ohming. And to be honest, from the pictures, it looks like it's a stick battery device with a Falcon King stuck on the top, which it's weird because the blurb of the little bits of information I've read makes it sound like it's going to be something fantastic, and then the picture just makes it look like you've stuck on a stick mod, stuck your Falcon King on the top, and then gone, it's a pod device. I don't think it's going to be a pod device in the conventional sense, but I think it's going to be something really interesting because Horizon Tech are kings of the sub-ohm. So if they can make a sub-ohm coil at 0.8 ohm and make a nicotine salt one that really brings the flavour through, well, that could be special. That could be special. But yeah, we'll get on to the few mouth to lung. Well, there's only 2 that I want to mention. First one, going back to Voopoo again, it's going to be the Drag Baby Trio, I think the full name of it is. And yeah, and as far as I know, it's the first proper mouth-to-lung tank that Voopoo have brought out. It's only like a little internal battery device. Again, it's something that I'm hoping to bring to you guys in the future. I haven't got it yet, but yeah, in terms of the idea, I just wonder if Voopoo can do a pod and do it well, if they can do a sub-ohm tank fairly well, how is the mouth to lung going to come through? It certainly looks a little bit different to a drag, but again, all in the same family, so that's going to be interesting. And the other one I want to mention is the Aspire Rio. It's R-E-A-X, I think it's spelled. And the reason why I want to mention that is that potentially that could be the answer to the issue that the Tygon had. Now, going back to when I done Tygon review, I mentioned that there are 2 different batteries. The fact it was a stick device, this one looks more like it's going to be the OBS Cube, a short, stumpy style mod with the Tygon tank on top. That could well be a very good idea. I mean, I don't know if it's launched yet. They've talked about it online. I don't know if it's officially available to buy, but yeah, that's something else. If you're looking for something that's much smaller than what the Tygon kit was, but you want an airy mouth to lung vape, you want to be able to swap the coils to have a little bit of a sub-ohm, then yeah, that could well be an option for you. But yeah, we'll wrap it up now. As I say, these are just some products I've come across while I'm researching for this channel. Most of these products hopefully I'll be able to bring to you at the minute, but it's just the fact of not being able to buy them that it's why I can't promise anything now. But yeah, hopefully you like this sort of content, and if you do, please comment below, let me know you liked it and you found it interesting, because and how I can improve it as well, because this is something I'd love to keep bringing to you guys, because I know for a fact I'm somebody who's constantly looking up new stuff, what's coming soon, etc. And if there's any of you guys that find this interesting as well, I'm not reviewing the items, I'm just giving you a heads up of what I've seen, even if it's just a conversation online about it. I'm more than happy to keep bringing it to you. But yeah, as I always say, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Give the video a like, as I say, drop a comment below, let me know your thoughts about this sort of content. But as I always say, stay safe. And keep vaping.